It could. It could.
That's good. That's going to be super. A little side note, we're just talking about so much AI because I grew up in the funeral industry. So there's a lot of talk about somebody passes away and it's not just an urn or it's not just a grave site and some sayings or whatever. There's actually a thing. And we were talking a lot about an NFT Web3 opportunity that would be out there that that they would live on, and an AI version of them with their thinking and their thoughts and what they published and whatever would all be there, that if you ever wanted to go and have a conversation with that person, you would do that. So
Yeah.
that's coming. That's actually going to be a thing. I don't know how soon, or people are going to think it's creepy, but
Wow.
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm
not
doing
just
it-
going to be, oh, look at their awards and here's a picture of grandpa, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to grandpa's site, have a conversation. I know it's crazy, but
Yeah, I have
There you go.
young kids. I have young kids, and my dad is getting up there in age. And one of the things that I've been putting this off, but I'm definitely committing to doing it, is I'm trying to do a thing where I might have 2 or 3 days where I interview my dad. Very similar to that. There was a Michael Keaton movie where he gets cancer and he makes these videos for his son about how to shave and how to fix a car. I want to just sort of interview my dad, make it topical, and then when my dad does die, if my kids are curious, I'm like, here's a YouTube channel and this is what my dad thought about this, and do a whole bunch of stuff like that. And so that isn't wrapped up in AI yet, but it would be very interesting if somehow I knew all of my dad's core values and what he would have thought about certain things, and then all of a sudden in the funeral business, you're like, this is who he was, but this is how he lives on.
My head is doing very strange things right now.
if you have the data set, you can do it. I mean, I talked to Chris Penn about this a while because I said, Chris, okay, I did my first novel. Is it possible to feed that in and have AI come out with, okay, this would be a novel that is based on how Joe Pulizzi writes fiction, characters, whatever. He said, yeah, that's possible. We need about 10,000 of those. If you have about 10,000 of those to feed in, we can absolutely have some of this. So, I mean, let's just take it. Andy's writing. Andy, you've written so much. You're prolific with all the writing. If you fed all your writing in and you just wanted the professional business opinion or take on something from Andy Crestodina, you could probably get that. So, Chris, to answer your question, if you had enough of that at some point, it's the data. It's having enough of that to create the persona.
Andy and I have already been talking about how to do.
So then my ancestors could go to my gravesite and ask questions about how to rank in Google in the early
right.
2000s.
What would you have thought? First of all, they're like,
Does this?
what's ranking? What's SEO?
So then, what gets ingested? Our lifetime bodies of work, separate from marketing. What did I put out there? Some selfies and a couple food pictures. My great great grandchildren are going to ask questions about what my life was like, and it's like, here's a picture of cheese fundito and some marketing advice. That's what's going to be left when I'm gone, right?
Grandpa loved queso.
Some food pics, some selfies, and a lot of marketing articles. I'm not sure I'm leaving behind enough breadcrumbs for them to form a digital, an interesting digital version of me that anybody would care
But
about.
I thought that about the podcast because I've got 391 podcasts on Content Inc. and almost 400 on This Old Marketing, and I'm like, if my kids ever wanted to get a take for who I was, boy, you got plenty to listen to there of useless information. So,
All right,
Hey,
let
Chris,
me dive
you're up.
into
Hot seat.
yeah, let's go.
I'm up. So